So I'm back in Philly and heading to Dubai this week, and it was a crazy week last week. We got to watch the Phillies get back to the NLCS with my son Mitchell, and then only to be let down again by my Giants, who managed to find a way to lose a game they had won. I don't think the season could get worse, but they've managed to make it painful week after week. So last week, we had a very interesting development in the business with the launch of an unexpected collaboration between Rexhep Rexhepi and LVMH. Now, Rexhep has become one of the hottest independent watchmakers, and his watches are coveted by collectors all over the world. Many have dubbed him the next F.P. Journe, and he has rocketed to success in the industry. Now, Louis Vuitton, everyone knows, is the largest luxury group in the world, and on the surface, it seems like an odd partnership, until we dig a little deeper. Now, first, the watch, the LVRR-01. It is truly an incredible movement, as we would expect from Rexhep, featuring a chronograph, Sonnerie, with a mechanism that chimes striking after each completed minute, and a 5-minute tourbillon. It has a 39.5mm platinum case, done by Jean-Pierre Hagman, and a skeleton dial on the front and Grand Fou enamel on the back. The watch is an incredible piece. We can argue aesthetics, but I've always been a sucker for dual dial pieces. It's the coolest trunk, of course, built by Louis Vuitton, and even the logo has been adapted to reflect the collaboration. They are producing a total of 10 pieces at a price of 450,000 Swiss francs. Now, typically, we would not spend a tremendous amount of time on a watch that we may never see in the market, but this watch seems to me to reflect some changes in the market. First of all, independent watchmaking has become one of the most talked about segments of the industry. We'd seen an explosion in value over the past decade. Watchmakers like F.P. Journe, Philippe Dufour, Laurent Ferrier have become household names to watch collectors. Auctions have been full of extraordinary results from small independent watchmakers, and rare early pieces from the iconic independents often overshadow the big three historical brands. Now, Louis Vuitton, by any measure, is a monster. They did over $83 billion in revenue last year. Why would a business this big be getting involved in a part of the business that will produce only 10 pieces? Now, it's important to understand that LVMH has been getting into high horology for about a decade. They had announced the relaunch of Daniel Roth, preparing for a rebirth of Gerald Genta. The luxury watch division is run by Jean Arnault. He's only 25 years old. Now, this is significant for a number of reasons. Obviously, he's one of the children of Bernard Arnault and has been given the opportunity to develop this business. But he has quickly shown humility, a very deep understanding of the history and tradition of old watchmaking, and a vision for where he wants to take the business, which is well beyond his years. I believe in general, we could be seeing a generational evolution in independent watchmaking. The choice to do their first collaboration with Rexhep is significant. He's only 35 years old and has achieved rock star status. When you look at the big independents, F.P. Journe is 66 years old, Laurent Ferrier, 76, Philippe Dufour, 75. Lots of big names are getting up there in age. Traditionally, being an independent watchmaker was fraught with financial risk, working on projects that could take years to complete and might not be a commercial success, make it a very risky business. We are now seeing deep pockets become interested in independent watchmaking, and this is very healthy for the overall business. We are seeing watchmakers find success at early ages after being launched by young watchmaking prizes. F.P. Journe runs a prize, and now LVMH has launched a prize for young creative watchmakers. We are seeing brands like Sylvain Pinault, Konstantin Chenkin, Peterman Beda, and Armin Strong at finding success at much younger ages than we would have seen a generation ago. We have also heard that this is just the first collaboration of 5 that are scheduled 1 per year for the next 4 years. The more success independent watchmakers have at an early age, the more willing they'll be to leave the big brands and forge out on their own. I believe we are entering a new cycle of young creative watchmakers willing to go out on their own with less financial risk, and this very well could make the next decade the best for creative independent watchmakers that we have ever seen.